Hi ARK fans, welcome to ARK Invest Daily, your daily dose of ARK information. Today is June 15th and we are going to be doing mid-June update. And we'll be going over the biggest moves and the new and removed companies. We'll try to do it as quick as possible. Stay with me, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the other side. Welcome back, guys. Today we are going to do mid-month update. So June 1st to June 15th. It says 16th just because the day has already changed on the East Coast side. But this is how the market value trend looks. They started the month with 43.23 billion, ending it in 44.09 billion. You can see how it went down on June 4th. It was the lowest, and since then it has been climbing until today. It was a red day today, pretty bad. It's not a big uptick, but overall trend is looking encouraging. Hopefully it goes back up to 50 billion at least in near future. But anyway, so that's overall all the funds combined. Let's quickly take a look at RK. So when I select RK, it will show just RK, 21.29 billion to 21.69 billion positive overall. It mirrors what we saw, which the chart we saw for all the funds combined, because this is the biggest fund. This is the driving one. Then you have Genomics is the next biggest, a little bit more positive than RK, starting with 8.31 and ending in 8.77 billion. So more positive, more upward trend there. Let's take a look at RW, starting at 5.55 and ending at 5.55. So in fact, so it's not there in the, it's difference you will see in probably the third place of decimal. In two places of decimal, you're not able to see the difference. So it's pretty flat, a little bit down compared to the beginning, I would say, but yes. That's ARKW. Let's take a look at next biggest is ARKF, a fintech fund, starting at 3.64 billion, ending in 3.72. So in general, upward, but not so much. Then you have, let's take a look at ARKQ. Isn't it? Yes, RQ. Okay, so RQ is down, starting with 2.39 all the way down to 2.89. This is the one where they have all the robotics companies and autonomous companies, including some 3D printing companies. So that's ARKQ. So those are the biggest ones. Then we have ARKX, Print, and Israel. Those are really small and they don't really move the needle. So we'll be going over just four. Let's take a look at the biggest move. Today we'll be taking a look at biggest move just by all the funds combined. But tomorrow we'll take a look at midweek update, but just for ARK K, and day after just ARK G, maybe just the biggest moves part. So this is how we look at the biggest moves by percentage of shares. We have a filter set of 5% difference. So they started the month with and ending, so mid of the month, if there is a difference of 5% of shares in the position, then that company will show up, negative or positive difference. So these are the companies that qualify for that. This is their ranking. So we'll go over that quickly. And this is the market value change for these companies. So first we'll look at by percentage shares. That the one topping the chart is Dicerna, fairly new company. As you can see, they started with lower position and added a lot more to that, which is very typical of ARK. That's how they start a new company and they keep adding for first few days. Stock price going up as well. So overall difference is not much. It's 5.8 million in market value. So biggest move in shares, but not so much in market value. Then we have Seer. It's present in genomics. Oh yeah, one more thing, that when I hover over these bar charts, you will see more information about that company pop up, like which ETFs it is present in, the shares trend, and stock price trend as well. Then you have Intuitive Surgical, 50% up compared to beginning of the month. That truly is the biggest move, actually. Oh, UiPath is the biggest move, actually, present in the 6 ETFs. This is the only company present in 6 ETFs that I've been saying since quite some time, and other YouTubers have picked on it and created an episode out of it. This was added to all 6 ETFs at the beginning itself, whenever they added this sometime back, a month or two back. And I featured it on that day itself because we do a diff from yesterday and we are immediately able to catch what are the new companies added and to which funds. So that's the USP of this channel, obviously. So that's truly the biggest move, because market value was the biggest change here, even though the stock price went down. As you can see, stock price went down. They kept on buying more and more, buying the dip, and caused a big change in the market value, 109 million. There UiPath. JD Logistics. I'll hover over these quickly. Rest of them you can take a look at the details. One Life Healthcare, JSC, Signify, Vertex, Reinvent, Alphabet, Google. Basically they keep so we have seen in past that they have completely depleted that position and then they started it again with that's what we have seen with these big companies. They treat them as cash positions. If they see an opportunity of any other growth company, they sell these like Alphabet, Apple, um, and such big companies, basically the ones that have already matured, and then they put that money in the growth companies like VUZI, which is the next one, present in 2 ETFs. Smart glass company there, not a big change in market value though. And you have new technologies, repair therapeutics, DraftKings also showing up. Well, it's a big move of 21.5 million there, KE Holdings. Even though positive in the more shares bought, but overall market value is negative. So let's take a look at the biggest negative ones. Intercontinental Exchange is the biggest one, 56% removed. Biggest in terms of market value also looks like 112 million. Garmin, second biggest removed. Then you have Cloudflare Inc., as you can see. Then you have Roblox. I wonder why they're removing Roblox here. That's a really promising company with really good numbers in terms of the number of developers and number of games they have, etc. Monthly users, etc. Anyways, Huya again sold a lot of position there, 28% shares. Provely Stem Therapeutics sold a lot of shares there. TCS Group holding 24% removed. NXP Semiconductors 22% removed. Helico, Airbus, Nvidia, Spirit, Boeing, Magna International, Teradyne, Galileo, which is a 3D printing company, which I featured separately in a video, DocuSign, Snap, Novartis, Pure Storage Inc., Raven, Serpera, 3D System, another 3D company they are selling. Then you have Netflix, and then 10x Genomics. Now, so that's biggest move by percentage share. So let's change this back to just 0. And let's take a look at biggest moves by market value. But let's change the filter to say 15 million or 20 million at least. Let's see. Yeah, it's consumable. Yeah, we'll just keep it at 20 million and then sort it. So let's see. Exact Sciences, even though the shares did not move much, but because of market value, so stock price moving up, it has moved big. And you can see the ranking also, it's high up, so small movement can cause big changes in market value there. Zoom Communication, another top ranking, one of the top ranking ones, 6th rank there. Big move there in terms of market value. And UiPath we just featured because it's a big move in shares as well, 38%, as you can see. To Simple, they overall reduced 1% shares for from beginning of the month to now, but still a big move because because stock price went up. Again, Unity Software, market stock price going up, and they also buying more. Iovance, Shopify, Fate Therapeutics, Intelia, Beam. You have DocuSign. DocuSign, yep, stock price going up quite a bit there. Then you have Spotify, then CRISPR Therapeutics, all high-ranking ones in terms of market value because small change causes big moves. Caradex, Palantir. So even though the net position is minus 1%, the market value is up because the stock price is up. Not by that much though, but still. Then you have Castle Biosciences, C Limited, Coinbase, that they keep on buying more and more and more since IPO. But the stock price is a bit of a roller coaster there. Signify Health, Square, Alphabet, Pacific Biosciences, Viva Systems. And in terms of negative, biggest negative is Tesla because stock price went down. And then you have Intercontinental, we went over already, Zillow Group. Then you have Teradyne, Roku, Tencent Holdings, Materialize, NXP Semiconductors, Roblox, Verasite. So now let's try to find the ones where they added shares, but it is still negative. None. All the negative ones are negative, except this. No, all the negative ones are negatives. Let's see any positive ones where they removed. So DocuSign, they removed a lot of shares, but it is very positive. Yeah, because the stock price went quite a bit up there. Iovance as well, Shopify, Faith Therapeutics. So some of them which are negative, which they reduced, the net position is reduced, but overall green still. So that's the biggest moves from June 1st to June 15th. Then you have overall portfolio look. Since 6-1 looks like this, more green than red, but the darkest red is the biggest position that they have. Tesla, as we saw, is the most negative one for half of the month. Let's see how it looks at the end of June later, but that's the most negative one. New and removed companies section, guys. So here, Canzone is the new company that was added just yesterday, actually. This is a platform that allows, this company builds a platform that allows recruiting managers and candidates to chat directly, and just enables that communication much more efficiently. Etsy is the new one added, and Alphabet, which they removed earlier in the year, and then they added back on. So Canzone is added to 2 ETFs, Etsy to 1, and Alphabet to 1. So these are the position, number of shares, and value. Alphabet is the biggest value there. Sorry, market value biggest is Etsy, and followed by Alphabet, and then Canzone. And the companies that are removed are Guardian Health and Syros Pharmaceuticals. Those two are completely removed in the first half of. So that's your daily dose of ARK, biggest moves and overall portfolio for all the ETFs combined. Tomorrow we'll quickly go over ARK-K and ARK-G, maybe those two, for a half a month or mid-month update, just to see what are the biggest moves in those ETFs instead of combining all of them together. So that's all, folks. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.